Most people think anime is harmless entertainment, but one scene was so disturbing, viewers still refuse to rewatch it. There's a strange feeling some stories leave behind. Not fear, not shock, something worse. A quiet discomfort that stays with you long after the screen goes black. In 1997, an anime film was released that would permanently change how people viewed animation. Its name was Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue tells the story of Mima Kirigo, a cheerful pop idol who decides to leave her music career and become an actress. But as Mima steps into a darker world of fame, her reality begins to fracture. She starts seeing versions of herself that shouldn't exist, hearing voices that aren't real, and slowly, the line between who she is and who the world wants her to be completely disappears. At first, the film feels calm, almost innocent, but beneath the surface, something is terribly wrong. Then comes the scene, the one people still talk about decades later. It's not violent in the traditional sense. There are no monsters, no jump scares, just a single moment that feels too real. Mima is forced to perform a scene that completely contradicts who she believes she is. The camera doesn't sensationalize it. It doesn't look away either. And that's what makes it unbearable. As viewers, you aren't watching a character. You're watching a person lose control of her identity. The discomfort isn't about what happens. It's about what it represents. A young woman being consumed by expectations, pressure, and an audience that demands more, no matter the cost. Psychologically, this scene attacks something very specific. Identity. Humans need a stable sense of self. Perfect Blue systematically destroys that. Mima doesn't know who she is anymore, and neither do we. The film uses mirrors, reflections, and repeated scenes to trap the viewer inside her collapsing mind. By the time the scene ends, you don't feel scared. You feel violated, like you witnessed something you weren't supposed to see. When Perfect Blue released, many audiences weren't ready. This wasn't anime as people understood it. It wasn't fantasy. It wasn't escapism. It was psychological horror disguised as animation. Years later, Hollywood would quietly borrow its ideas. Films like Black Swan carried its DNA. But Perfect Blue remains unmatched because it doesn't just tell a disturbing story, it forces you to feel it. Some scenes are disturbing because they're shocking. This one is disturbing because it feels real, and once you see it, it never truly leaves you.